Hi, I'm Martin Geiger. I'm an intern at the Deaconess House, and I'll be reading John chapter 20, verses 24 to 29. Thomas, who was called the twin, one of the 12, was not with them when Jesus came. So the other disciples told him, "We have seen the Lord." But he said to them, "Unless I see the mark of the nails in his hands, and put my finger in the mark of the nails, and my hand in his side, I will not believe." A week later, his disciples were again in the house, and Thomas was with them. Although the doors were shut, Jesus came and stood among them and said, "Peace be with you." Then he said to Thomas, "Put your finger here and see my hands. Reach out your hand and put it in my side. Do not doubt, but believe." Thomas answered him, "My Lord and my God." Jesus said to him, "Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have come to believe." What I love about this passage is its intense reminder of the woundedness of Christ. Christ doesn't come back in the resurrection as a kind of, he's not a hologram. He hasn't somehow undone the effects of his suffering. He still bears those scars in his hand and his side from his own wounding at the hands of humanity. And that's really what makes him trustworthy to Thomas, what leads Thomas to believe in him. It's not a display of power or miracle. It's not even that he walks through a locked door. What makes Thomas trust in the resurrected Lord is his wounds. And I think that's so important because for me as well, what makes Jesus trustworthy is his woundedness. The fact that Christ suffered with us and for us is something that's deeply important to my sense of faith in him. And I think it's so important for the life of the church that we remember that Christ is still wounded, that the church, it's so easy for the church, thinking of itself as the body of Christ, to think about our own wounds and our own scars as something that separate us from God and from each other, something we need to get rid of in order to become more like Christ. But our own wounds and our scars put us in solidarity with Jesus. We may not have the same access as Thomas does to Jesus' body, but I think we can draw close to one another's wounds and scars and not be afraid of them, and know that it's those very scars that help us become more and more the body of Christ.